What's going on, everybody? It's CryptoVision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video via premium membership request. We're going to be checking out FLR. So if you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe for more. If you're interested for more content, if you're interested to be more up to date, I do have a Patreon membership, and I also have a free Discord membership. So ticker requests now go through, if you're a free member, go through Discord. Premium members, they get expedited requests Tuesday through Thursday, exclusive content on Fridays, and a bunch of more. If you're interested, links in the description below. So if we're checking out FLR here, we have something very nice, I think. So we just kind of went over XDC if you're, kind of binging the channel. And, XDC went through a big correction, and then now it's in a bigger one too. I believe so. It's in a bigger one too. FLR, on the other hand, is building something a lot more subtle. Can't even say the word. But I think what we got here is you have this huge impulse. I think you have your A, B, C. Okay. So you have a three-way move. And I think this is a 1, 2. Okay, I think that's a 1, 2. Why do I think that this is a 1, 2? First of all, you haven't closed below this low, so it's still valid. You came down and took out the lows, almost like a double bottom. But it's not you didn't close down below, which is fine. Okay, so you have almost like a 1, 2. You have your A, B, C for your third. You have a fourth wave move down, and then you have a fifth. Okay, so you have a 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. All right, down through here, you do have, it looks to be like a three-wave move. Okay, are you looking for 5? Maybe you come down and hit a double bottom, but I don't know. I don't think so. In terms of our retracement levels, let's go ahead just from this low to this high. Right, just from a low to the high. When was this? 2023. Yeah, you got you do have some levels that you want to get above. We definitely want to get above through here, and we'll go through to make sure all these levels are good and correct. Make sure they're relevant. All right, we're not just going to put stuff on the chart because the fib says so. We go double discount, double check, triple check, all the good stuff. Right, all the good stuff. Do something like this. Okay. For an extension, we're going to go through. Let's go through this extension through here. All right, this 1, 2 extension. Look for that 786. Does it line up with anything? It sure does. Look at that right there. Boom, baby. So we're going right here. We're doing this, and this is now, right? So we got a $1 billion asset. Yeah, we can stick to that 1272. 1618. And we're going to go to that 2. We're going to go through there right there. There you go. So we got three levels to the upside. We got that 786, kind of a gatekeeper. Pardon me. So kind of got a gatekeeper, but levels to the upside. You got 4 cents. What are you at right now? You're at 1.2. All right. So these are just my levels. All right. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. But you're looking for, this 4788 level and beyond. But, if you're looking for 5 waves up, right, you need a 1, 2. Got to get a 3. Right, got to get a 3. Come back down, possibly back test the highs, right, and then go. Okay, for your 5th. So you need something like that. I know I didn't put the 2618 on there until we get through here. Right, this is a kind of a nice area. Take out your previous all-time high closing wise, right? Close up through here, and then get down to something like this. Because the 4th wave is more. It's going to be drawn out. It's going to be big. So I believe so. I believe the 4th wave will be drawn out and fairly large. In terms of resistance levels, that looks like a big area right through there. Yeah, there's not going to be a lot through here though. There's not a lot. This thing's just kind of just tanked. It didn't take a lot of stops coming through. So let's get into this retracement through here. See where we're at. See what we got going on. The 618 is right below. Is there any merit to moving anything? what does it look like? Can always move it back. Can always move it back. Pardon me. Hmm. What about this guy right here? What is this guy doing up here? What are you doing up here? We'll check it out. We'll check it out. We'll mess around with it a little bit more. In terms of to the downside, you definitely need to stay above this. This like non-negotiables. That's like a non-negotiable. Got to stay up there. Got to stay above it. We can give it some leeway, just a tad bit. Right there. Got to stay above that. Oh, pretty much a double bottom. What is this low? 1204. What does this get down to? Low 1194. So almost right. Pretty much double bottom. So in terms of, you know, this entirety of this wave, right? If we do have 3 waves to the downside, you're freaking sitting right at your 1272. Like, this is a big area. 1618. That's brutal. That's brutal. That would be like a double bottom. Double bottom. And the overall, like, this feel of this is, you're kind of revving up, kind of revving up, kind of revving up, and then you're gonna catch a lot of people off guard. Just revving up, right? Just kind of just, you know, you're bouncing on certain areas. This area right through there, though, that 120, that 12, what is it? 1286. That's a big area, and this 1204. So I'm gonna keep those. What is that, anyways? Just in case. Yeah, because if you do take this low out, then you're looking at a different structure. Totally different structure, right? A lot, like, way different. So I guess if you want to be, right, right, you can wick down there. You can wick down there. Cool. Okay, cool. So that's what, oh, I need to make sure these are all on. It's good time frames. Perfect. Good. Okay, so we got levels to the downside. We got levels to the upside. We got resistance levels, and we got levels to the upside. The way the channel works, if you're new to the channel, right, we kind of block out all the noise of all this stuff up here and this stuff down through here. We're focused on this right now. We're focused on these 2 levels. So you're at the bottom. You're at the very bottom of this range right here. This 1286. You're pretty much at the very bottom. So at the very least, you're looking for a 21% move from the lows, right? These are my levels. These are my ideas. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. This thing can just tank and out of nowhere, right? But, you know, if I'm looking for entries, I'm looking for entries on areas of support, you know, and I'm looking for bearish divergence on, you know, areas of resistance. Okay, looking for 5 waves up and a 3rd wave move to the upside, the most impulsive move to the upside. So FLR has, you know, I do have levels only to 4 cents, and I kind of just want to, you know, that's kind of this minimum, like what this channel is more conservatively based. I'm not going to say FLR is going to go to 20 cents, 30 cents, 40, 50, 60, $1. I'm not just going to get you to click on the channel. These are levels that, you know, I think are attainable, right? And it's still life-changing money, you know, 300% on ROI. That's a lot, right? That is a lot. I know people want like a 10x, a 20x, but, you know, traditional stocks and investors are happy with 10 to 12%. That's like a win. So overall, no green dot yet on the Fu Manchu. It does look like it's building. This is actually FLR. It's got my interest. FLR's got my interest. I just took some entries on Doge and Pengu, so I might need to check out FLR. If I'm being honest, you're super oversold. Is this the most oversold you've been in history? Probably. No, it's not. I just assume at this point because it's so bad. Everything's so oversold, and we're supposed to be entering a bear market. when everything is the most oversold or close to the most oversold it's ever been, when you've been going down for weeks and weeks and weeks, we're about to enter a bear market, right? When you've been going down for almost a year, some cryptos have been going down for more than a year. We're about to enter a bear market, though, guys. Remember, fear and greed index will show, who's got the loudest voice right now. Bears have the loudest voice. They have the loudest voice. I didn't know we were in a bear market. I was told we were in a bear market the other day. I didn't know. I did not know. Not at least for altcoins. I did not know. You still got some room to work on to the upside for sure. We do have. Do we have? No, we don't. No bullish. No bullish divergence yet. Nothing. But like something like this, right? When you're looking at something like this could potentially leak out until probably February. Is this it? January? March. Wow. When did this start going? Did this go in November? Yeah, it did. It went with everything else. Yeah, it went with everything else. I mean, realistically, no. Never mind. It's closed below. I was gonna say realistically, you could have a 1-2, 1-2, but this whole thing just because it closed down below. I'm lenient with wicks on crypto. Like you can wick down below, but if you close like if you close a large time frame, candle below at a beginning point, right? It's invalidated. I'm not gonna try to force my ideas on the charts because that's where you get wrecked. You're lessening your bearish momentum, which is nice. This is the Fu Manchu, by the way. It's a free indicator. Don't let sleazy people try to sell it to you for $200, $300, $400. It's free. It's called the VMC. It has divergences, right? So this is divergence, bullish divergence. It has bearish divergence. Okay. It has bullish momentum, just in case you can't see. It has bullish momentum, and it has bearish momentum. Okay. It has stochastics, just like the MACD. Okay. So it shows, right? It shows areas of interest that, hey, this is a possible buying zone. Hey, this is a possible selling zone, right? The stochastics start at 0 and they can go all the way up to 100. Where are they right now? They're at 0. Stochastics are at 0. What about the weekly? Where the stochastic was at 0, and we're in a bear market, guys. We're in a bear market, guys. You weren't told we've been in a bear market. Look, 0. We've been at 0 for not just 1 week either. We've been at 0 for 4 weeks. Already been sold off into oblivion, and then you're at 0 for 4 weeks. I don't know. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. In terms of the RSI, the daily RSI, you're waiting for a green dot. Both the weekly and the daily on the FLR are waiting on a green dot. It's kind of, I'm going to set an alert, actually. I'm setting an alert. I might enter. This looks too good to pass up. Sometimes it's just too good to pass up. Sometimes it is. This looks really good. Thanks, John, for recommending or voting for this. I would have never known. There's too much stuff that I got to do and cover and look at. Sometimes these things they're sneaky. I know we're going right into FOMC. I like this. I like how you kind of impulsed up and you're just chilling. This looks like a 1-2. All right, you got like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know the wicks can be misleading, but you still closed higher. All right, so you got 5 waves up. You got this 3-wave move down. Now you're going sideways. I'm telling you, something's brewing with crypto. I'm telling you. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. Let me see through here. I do want to get like this rejection point down through there. There we go. What about this? Like right there. Yeah. Cool. I mean, it's I mean, you want to be a little bit more conservative, fine, be a little bit more conservative, CryptoVision. It's still tomorrow. Like, you got to make a decision. It's either more to the downside, or I mean, it's the generic. Oh, we could possibly go up, we could possibly go down, but I'm saying this. It's today, tomorrow. That's when we're gonna find out. All right, that's when we're gonna find out. No one knows for certain whether we're gonna go up or down. This is oversold. We've had bullish divergence, going completely sideways. If you're a member on the premium Patreon, I've been updating bullish signals. There's some big bullish signals going on too in the background that people keep ignoring. So it's not just, I don't just cover, individual assets. We do profit labs and macro coverage every Friday. So exclusive content, go into all the big charts, the comparative charts, anything that is relevant. So there's some big stuff going on. I know FOMC is today, so there's a lot of nervous people, but QT ended. FOMC looks like they're going to cut rates, but just as inflation rises, risk on assets gain value against the dollar. It's not that difficult. The DXY is dying as we speak. It is not doing too hot, but I digress. So we're on the 4-hour chart now. Wow, look at that. That is just completely sideways. Completely sideways. Can we get a bars pack? Can we get anything? Can we get anything that is remotely close to that? This is kind of had like I was going to use something like this, but you can tell it's angled to the downside. It's slowly. This is straight sideways. Almost like this is like something like just right in here. Like just sideways. Something like that. That's exactly what it is, but it's on an uptrend. So that's not, got to get apples to apples, right? I mean, that's crazy. That's straight sideways. It's straight up sideways. It's not going up. It's not going down. This, you can see that it's, it's slightly going down. It's doing a little bit of this. The red line, that area of interest is really helping out too with the visuals, right? You can see that it's breaking down through that. So that instance, it did tank. It did find one more low, right? But then it reversed. Okay, but I'm trying to look for, that's on an uptrend though. This is on a downtrend. All right, downtrend, going completely sideways. Yeah, completely sideways. I mean, all right, you started right here and you're right there. So we'll see. We'll check that out. We'll keep that updated. It's, do you got a, 1, 2, you have a 3, 4, 5, and this is just a crab. This is just being a crab before you go up, or do we got a some type of 1, 2, A, B, C for a third? This is a fourth. There's just not a lot of movement for a fourth. You're looking for movement on a fourth, something like this. You're not seeing much. This is nothing. It's not going up. It's not going down. It's not doing really anything. So that's interesting. Definitely, if I hold flare, I'm looking at 1286. That's definitely an area that I'm very aware of. Down from there is 6%, and then the lowest I see it going is about 15%, down to that 188 area. So that's what I got for flare. It's working its way. It's doing its magic. We're trying to see what it can do. FOMC meeting is today, so we'll look forward to that. It's just, as we move on, we're going to keep tracking this stuff, red or green. If you're interested in more in-depth analysis, more up-to-date feedback, more exclusive content, the Patreon is for you. If you're looking to get your free ticker request covered, the free Discord is for you. Either way, I'd love to have you. As always, take it easy. Peace.